AI catfishing. It's happening, gentlemen.
Life comes at you fast. and
Well, that's clever.
the new AI filters are already here, and women are already getting ready to use them to their advantage. The first video clip I have is of a woman saying, well, I'm going to be catfishing dudes to get my rent paid.
Smart.
So at this point in time, if you're still paying for OnlyFriends content or you're paying for saucy stuff, you're an idiot. That's just all there is to it.
I don't agree with that, because people like hentai, and hentai's fake. So does it really matter if it's real if you think it's hot? I mean, that's where I'm at.
You are going to get used, and more than likely it's going to be either for some unattractive woman or another dude that is trying to pay his rent from you being stupid.
That's where it's at. See, this is what you got to do. You got to, like, I'm telling you guys, I am still of the mind that I need to make a AI like VShojo of like people that, like, girls that look like real girls but they're actually AI, and you pass them off as if they're real, and you create drama between them. Yeah, I think it's fucking funny. Why am I defending OnlyFans? Because it is a contractual agreement between two consenting adults. And my bar for something being bad that is a contractual agreement between two consenting adults is like extremely high.
I got a couple of videos I'm going to go through. Some of these are very apropos, though. And what's interesting about them is that this is really, it's going to crush women's souls. They're going to learn the hard way that one way is what they want to look like, the other way is what they actually look like. And many of...
Oh, this is already happening. I mean, like, I can only imagine how unpleasant it must be and awful it must be to be a young girl, like you're 13 or 12 years old, and you see girls on, like, Instagram, and they look totally fucking different than you do. And then you're too stupid because you're 12. You don't know that they've sat there through, fucking... like 3 different filters, 2 different editors, and like 1 face app filter as well, and that's how they look that way, and they're wearing tons of fucking makeup, and it's a good angle. And then also at the other side, there's guys, boys, especially young boys, they see Liver King, and they're like, bro, all I need to do is eat bull dicks, and I'm gonna look like this. And they do it, and it doesn't work.
Them know this is kind of problematic, but they're still going to use it to their advantage. So we'll jump right into the very first video here, and this young gal puts it right out on the table.
This is definitely not my face, but I just want you to see. Look, when I put my hand over, the filter doesn't move. Like, I could, like, usually you see the filter over your hand.
I mean, you can tell it's a filter, but like 5 years ago, you probably could tell a lot more easily.
Start catfishing.
Look at that.
I could make rent.
So one of the things of the old filters, it took a second for everything to understand. So if you move something in front of your face, or you maybe scratched your face or itched or moved or something went in the way, you'd be able to see the edge of the filter kind of shake and blur, and it wouldn't work.
Yeah, it would bug out.
Now these women are realizing, like, oh, I can oops, bump my microphone. I can touch my face. I can rub my hands all over, touch various things, whatever. And the AI filter is so good that you can't tell. This one, I use this as
you can tell. Like, you can tell for now. Obviously, it will improve.
Thumbnail. This shows you how dramatic and how impossible it is to tell. So now, even these OnlyFriends content creators, they can go on, they can turn away from the camera, they can put something in front of their face, and you're not going to be able to tell anymore. I'm telling you, this should end the OnlyFriends content from here on out. If you,
I think absolutely not. People form sexual bonds between anime girls that aren't real. If you think a filter is gonna get in the way of cooming, you are fucking delusional. And this guy, listen, He's an older guy. I'd say he's probably around 40, somewhere around there. Maybe he didn't grow up and see it happen the same way I did. Now, I remember whenever body pillows were for losers. Now they're funny. And you might say, oh, I still think they're for losers. Uh-huh. But there's a lot of losers out there.
Still are doing this, you're a fool.
And now this filter gave me lip fillers. This is what I look.
I want you to see that dramatic. Look at this. So here,
Yep.
again, she said it gives her lip filters or fillers.
Of course.
And it's not just makeup. Like a lot of these in the past would add fake makeup on there. But it's adding lip fillers, it's smoothing out lines, it's adding eyebrows.
Holy
Look at
shit,
the difference between this. Now here you would say probably, I don't know, you could probably say she's, I don't know, close to a California 10. Again, I know all of you are like, yeah, she's a 4. I'm just saying, that most guys, if they saw a picture of this on a dating app, they'd say, hey, she's an attractive girl. I'd like to go out with her. Well, what happens when they're using this filter and they use the screenshot, which like on my phone is volume down and the power button.
Yeah.
You hold those two down, it'll take a screenshot, and then they're going to upload these as their dating profiles. You know this is going to happen.
I don't know. Like, there are so many guys that put 6'2" and they're 5'9", they're 35, and the last picture they post. Like, I'm doing this right now. I'm guilty of this. If you look at my fucking Twitter account, okay, I am catfishing people. This picture right here is from like 2013. It was 10 years ago. I was like 24 or 25 in this picture. Okay? There are so many guys that do this exact thing. Looks the exact same. Oh, I do. If you go back and you look at a picture of me from when I was 21 and you look at me now, I look pretty much the exact fucking same. But guess what? A lot of other people don't.
Look at the dramatic difference between this and this.
Yep, it looks different.
That is, again, it's not just makeup. It's smoothing out the lines around her neck.
Absolutely.
It's removing moles.
Yep.
It's fixing eyebrows. It's taking bags around the eyes away.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll hear what she says about it.
This filter gave me lip fillers. This is what I look like in real life.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Like it is a mind F for a lot of these girls. Not that she,
Oh, absolutely, because whenever she sees herself in the mirror now, she's going to compare herself to what she looked like with the filter.
I know what they really look like, but if you're
and look at chat, right? You guys are being super mean. You guys are being huge assholes. What the fuck? But the truth is that a lot of people are going to say the same thing to her, and it's going to fuck with her head. It will.
woman that looks like this, but you, the AI is making you look like this.
Yes.
Is there part of you that says, and as a woman, is there part of you that says, you know what, if I get lip fillers, if I go in and maybe have some touch-up, if I get some Botox, if I do my makeup, I'll really look like this? It's giving...
What do you mean? Of course. That's what it's for. No fucking shit that's what people are trying to do. Absolutely. It's been happening like that for years with like Hollywood and shit like that. Yeah. That's the way it works. It's like a gateway drug. What's lip fillers?
The impression that they could be perfect if they just invest some money and some time and some this and that and the other thing in it. Here's another gal doing the same thing.
Oh,
this
she's
filter
cute.
has me freaked out. Do you guys want to see what I really look like right now? I know people think these are fun, but I think they're like really harmful to society. Just my 2 cents.
So she says
there's a lot of things that are very harmful to society, but if coomers are going to coom, then there's nothing that's going to stop it.
She thinks it's harmful, and the thing is that if this is the way that these content creators are going to be putting this out, and again that dating apps and things like that are going to be snapping and using this as the photo.
Nah, bro, y'all got to remember, like, I know people say like she's still hot, But there's going to be a bunch of guys in the comments for this. There are going to be the guys, oh, you're still beautiful. You look amazing even without the filter. You're great. But there's going to be enough guys in the comments that say, oh, she went from a 10 to a 5. And there's going to be like 5 of those, and she's going to lay in bed that night and think about the 5 of those, not the 500 positive comments. Yep.
But if this is what your expectation is, either for yourself or as a guy going out to date, and this is what you end up... Now, of course, she doesn't have any makeup on, but this is what she's going to look like, you know, the next morning, or when you go shower, or when you go, you know, to a swimming pool or something like that. And it's not to say that this woman's unattractive, but the whole point is these are oops, I accidentally full screen that. These are not the same person. Like her jaw is much more defined.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even close.
That's right.
It looks like it's correcting her, what do you call it, the little cleft below your nose. It's really incredible, the difference between this.
And then people get this these filters, and then they get plastic surgery to try to look like the filters make them look.
And this, I mean, it's not even close. Here's another one that I just dragged up 4 or 5 of these that are kind of the most noticeable.
This is not healthy. This is not healthy. My insecurity is about to like skyrocket. My confidence is about to go way down. Oh, that took a blow.
I've got to say, I don't think that was much of a change. But, I mean, again, that's not... that wasn't really that big of a change at all.
Let me try to pause this before. Look at the difference between the two. It narrows and contours her nose. It's evening out her eyebrows. It's widening her eyes a little bit.
I will say, this is probably the least transformative one out of the 3.
It's giving her lip filler. It's you notice it pulls in her cheeks just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
To give her a narrower face.
I think, can't you do it with makeup? I think you can do it with makeup.
And in reality, it's so close, but what all it's doing is,
with the illusion,
you know, human beings have this weird thing where they like symmetry. It was a study, and I actually did a video on this like 3 years ago, where they found that the most attractive people had perfect symmetry, and that there were certain measurements on their eyes, width of a mouth versus eye separation versus, and it just kind of had this mathematical. And all you have to do is the difference between like Hollywood actor A and Hollywood actor B was sometimes between a 6 and a 9, was just very, very small changes that made them attractive to the opposite sex or made them a Hollywood star, whatever.
Sure.
All this AI is doing is it's making very fine adjustments, all nudging it to where it still kind of looks like the person that it's taking pictures of, but it's moving them more symmetrical, better measurements, things like that. So with it,
this is absolutely the way it works. 100%. That's why girls wear eyeliners. Yeah, that's the way it goes.
When you do see things like this, and you see that little jump, like it still looks like her, but it doesn't really look like her anymore. And you can see her own reaction. But these filters are getting so good now.
Down. Oh, that took a blow.
Like this is going to make women feel horrible about themselves. And of course they want to look their best at all times, so this is going to be their dating app photos. And then when you show up as a dude in the real world, even if she's done her makeup and everything, you're going to be like...
Well, you got to use the filter too. That's the solution. You got to fight fire with fire. Yeah, that's how it fucking works. Yeah, now you use the Giga Chad filter, and it's like 2 fucking people that don't even recognize each other meet up for a date.
Like, wait, where's my sump mate right here?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
That's how you're going to feel about this. And she's this is not good. And it's especially not good if you guys still pay for content. This girl knows the problem. She's a photographer, and she actually talks about what the filters are doing to people.
Okay, I'm a photographer. Like, I have a commercial studio. And this is why these filters are bullshit. Because
Now, I per usual, I want you guys to hear what she's saying, but they put the cringe music over it, so I have to pause it so YouTube autofilter doesn't pick it up.
Oh, that's clever.
people use them so much that this is what they think they actually look like. These filters have messed with our brains so much that people honestly think this is what they look like. This filter's insane. Like,
So she's
Of course.
I got to pause this, but she.
My dad. It's like a year ago. Fucking goes, and he's like, yeah, so who's that guy that you always do content with? And I'm like, which one? He's like, oh, the taller, big guy. He's a pretty, really good looking guy. And, he's like, got like the New York hat on. And I'm like, you mean Schlatt? He's like, that's the one. And my dad actually thought that Schlatt with the fucking face app filter was actually Schlatt. He had no idea. Because all of the pictures that Schlatt posted of himself for like a year and a half were with this fucking filter. So my dad knew him as the Giga Chad, not Schlatt. Yes, it happened and it worked.
She talks about how moving the hand in front of it doesn't pick it up anymore. And being a photographer, that's the other thing too, is that photographers may be out of business. Script writers may be out of business. Programmers may be out of business. Journalists or comedy script writers may. And again, many of you are saying like, good, they should be out of business. But what happens when this replaces cartoonists and artists and this is a very
Then everybody can stay home and jerk off to hentai while the government pays them to exist in a perfect world that has been created and curated for us by robots that have taken over our lives. Who's excited?
dangerous precedent that's being set with AI getting so good so quickly.
look, it's so real.
Wow.
So then, when I take someone's photo and say I show them the back of the camera and they look like this, they're devastated.
And then you can see the difference between her. Now, again, if you look...
Well, the solution is just put the filter on their photos. Problem solved. And you can have mirrors that automatically face app. So every time you look at the mirror, it could be an electronic mirror that automatically detects faces and it makes them look better.
Here, her mouth is slightly asymmetrical.
That's a really good idea, actually. I bet you could make a lot of money with that. Like an electronic mirror like that? Holy fuck. That's a great idea, right? Yeah. Call it Black Mirror.
But same thing. It contours the nose. It puts in lip filler. Mm-hmm. It makes her eyes shine more. The eyebrows are filled out. The skin is smooth.
They're devastated. They're devastated. The amount of times I hear a beautiful woman tell me how disgusting and how ugly they are. Oh, look at their wrinkles, look how old. They use these filters, and that's their baseline.
That's key, I think, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Like she says, that this becomes their baseline, and then...
Absolutely.
The real person is the person with the filters.
I have had so many girls that are like an 8 or a 9 or a 10 tell me they're ugly. It's sad. It really is. I feel awful. And it's like, you could be like, you're actually cute. And they're like, yeah, I've never heard that before. I still hate myself.
Real quote-unquote woman is the one with all the makeup on. And this is where insecurity comes out, to where women say, I'm not going to leave the house unless I have a pound of makeup on. There's not going in public.
Yep.
Don't take my photo. This is going to screw. This is going to screw with people horribly. Horribly. And for you guys out there, I'm telling you right now, if you're still paying for content, you need to stop. You just need to stop. Because while right now, I mean, you can hear this one girl and this one, how she's like, I'm going to be paying rent with this. And she doesn't even show what she really looks like. So who knows?
That's true. Yeah, it could be a guy. Like, remember that Japanese guy? He was like 50 years old and he had really good hair and he pretended to be a girl? Yeah.
But if you look at some of these other transformations here, again, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're unattractive women. This is an average woman. I'm not in all for the ink on her arm and her collarbone and all that stuff.
I am.
But if AI can pretty much change your face, it'll be able to remove tattoos.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's already smoothing skin over. And because she can move and talk and act normal, this is going to be how women represent themselves in photos and in videos and everything else. And nothing you see is going to be real anymore. It's all going to be a trap. And
I think that these words are falling on deaf ears. I mean, there are people that have jerked off to hentai for the last 10 years. This is like the new scene the first time meme. It's like, this isn't even real. It's like, yeah, welcome to the fucking show.
And then you're going to have guys.
Only 10?
I firmly believe you're going to have guys that will find a filter like this because there's already some gentlemen that go out and put on a ton of makeup and do themselves up that kind of look...
I am in support of guys doing makeup. I think it's fine.
Feminine?
Yeah.
But when you have AI filters, you're going to get to the point where a guy like myself can just shave, put on one of these filters, and they also have voice changers now.
Oh, absolutely.
So you genuinely may be talking to a slightly overweight 45-year-old bald dude and think that you're giving money to some fake...
What, did this guy never play RuneScape? What, did he never play World of Warcraft? Was this your first time on the internet? What the hell is this? Oh, I can't believe it. There's a man on the internet pretending to be a girl to get money. What?
Female content creator. It's here. I'm telling you. So if you're still supporting money to this stuff, you got to stop, for the love of God. For those of you here on YouTube, we're going to do a dating profile of the day, so make sure to join us over at betterbachelor.locals.com.
Let me link you guys
where
the
you
video.
can see a little bit more content for free.
Okay, so listen. I think that this kind of stuff has been happening for a very, very long time. I think it's going to continue happening. And people don't, I think he's too conservative. I think he's maybe, I think that, yeah, it's a little bit too much, like, maybe it's a little bit too much leaning towards, like, women are bad for doing this and they're deceptive, etc., rather than talking about the fundamental problem. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that, for sure. However, I do think that it's a conversation that not a lot of people are having in good faith anyway. So, yeah. He's ugly and he's mad about it? Well, there's most people that are probably ugly. Especially whenever they're comparing themselves to a fucking filter. You know, like, I bet I'd probably look better with a fucking filter. I think most people would. That's why they're filters. It's because they work. So, yeah, I'm ugly as fuck. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, for me, do it. I don't know what filters look like on me. I've seen other filters, but they change the way I look so much that it doesn't even look like me anymore. Yeah, I mean, like, look, let me read some of these. You seen new Platinum Love videos? No, I haven't. And dude's just mad a filter won't bring his hair back. The dude is just mad that a filter won't bring his hair back. What makes you think that it won't? What makes you think that that's not going to happen? I mean, listen, how much money do men put into fucking hair growth products and stuff like that? You really think they're not going to be able to put together a filter? They've done this with me even, where they've given me more hair with a filter. Yeah, I mean, that's it. He's just mad filter doesn't help him lose weight. Funny thing about that, it absolutely will. You can put as many personal insults on this guy as possible, and it doesn't fucking matter because he's still right. He's still right with what he's saying, is that it fucks with a lot of people's heads. Guys are getting catfished by people pretending to be girls, and they're giving them money. I don't think this is a men and women issue. I think it's just a person. That's what happens. But absolutely, yeah, 100% man. Oh, people mad at the dude. Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. People that are just being political. Yeah, I know. That's trying to do insults. Like, what is this? I don't know. And I think also, like, there are guys, and I'm kind of like this. Actually, I used to not be like this. I used to have a much more defined jawline. But then you know what happened? All my back teeth rotted out, and now I have a beard. Because if you look at my actual jawline, I don't even know what it looks like. Because I've had a beard ever since I was like 24 or something like that. But yeah, that's just what happened. Beard looks good. Yes, it does. And it would probably look a lot better if I had back teeth. And so, yeah, a lot of guys have beards to conceal a jawline as well. And I think that's kind of the same with me. Let's see here. Male muncher jawline? Yeah, very fucking funny. Would you ever shave? Maybe one day I would, but like, I don't know. The only reason that I don't shave is because it takes more time. I actually didn't start growing a beard because I wanted to hide the fact that like my jaw had like rotted. I didn't really do that. The only reason I did it was because it was more time efficient to have a beard, because I could go longer without shaving and people wouldn't comment on the fact that I was unhygienic. That's the only reason. You take care of your beard? Yeah, I know. Oh wait, no I don't. I do nothing. I do absolutely nothing. The partial dentures to clip into your real teeth? I don't give a fuck about any of that. I don't care. I feel fine. I feel great. Why would I change anything?
A trip, want me to trip.